Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? It's your boy Demo Don, aka God Demo. Back in house again, back in this thing again, doing I do the best, doing I do the most, keep it real. Don't care how you feel. I understand that for you, life is just as simple can be because you are a simple person. But things aren't so simple all the time. Okay, so I was telling y'all about the whole how Bruce Leroy became Simon Phoenix situation, and I was telling y'all how what I'm saying, how I worked at this one place and whatnot, and how I ended up saving this one gal who ended up becoming a video vixen. You know what I'm saying? And she she made a song about me. You know what I'm saying? So that song that was on Last Dragon, Dirty Books. It wasn't Dirty Books. It was Dirty Boots. It was Dirty Boots. And that's how the problem went down, you know what I'm saying? And then this DJ gal found out about it and figured it out that I was Dirty Boots. So she went to go holler at the gal about it. And that's how the problem began in her relationship. And so I had to come save them both because dude was like tripping. And the whole ninja. You know what I'm saying? And I had to be a ninja and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So then, it was a whole situation, right? So you wonder how like John Spartan got involved in this? Okay, so John Spartan got involved in all of this because Glenn, yeah. So it was a dude named Glenn, right? And he thought he was just like this great martial artist. He thought he could really go against me. You know what I'm saying? But he knew he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So, I acted a fool with his peoples and stuff like that. And that's how I end up becoming looked at like a villain because I end up trashing his people's place and acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? And, he knew he couldn't whoop me or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So he became a police officer. You know what I'm saying? And his partner was, right, John Spartan. So, you know what I'm saying? He was that's what I'm saying. Y'all picking up other people's fights and stuff and don't even understand the fight. Because hold up, this is the problem with me and Glenn, right? So he called himself Bruce Leroy after, you know what I'm saying? Because after I left the thing, it was just show enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I was angry and it was mean and it was, I was kind of villainous. You know what I'm saying? So I had to change my name to Simon Phoenix, period. You know what I'm saying? So Bruce Leroy part was gone. So the Bruce Leroy show enough part was gone. You know what I'm saying? It was just straight Simon Phoenix at that point. But beforehand, it was a whole lot of story. You know what I'm saying? Like I had the whole ordeal with the DJ bitch. You know what I'm saying? That was mine. You know what I'm saying? I was banging her at first. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool, but you know what I'm saying? The video gal, you know what I'm saying? They was having arguments and stuff like that and having problems. You know what I'm saying? Because the video gal kept coming back to holler at me too. Because like I said, I'm good at what I do. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how me and her broke up. You know what I'm saying? So she ended up getting with Glenn, and but she still remembered, you know what I'm saying, me, and that was his problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not my problem because like, okay, so I beat you down and left you to be there. You know what I'm saying? And then freaking your gal got with you, and she let you know that I was better than you in all forms. And he was like, so he became police officer because of it, and John Spartan picked up his fight. So when John picked up his fight, and so you see the clip of Demolition Man where, you know what I'm saying, dude tried to play Superman, or was it them Suge Knight Vanilla Ice situations? And that was Glenn. That was Glenn. Because okay, beforehand, Glenn. That's why the Bruce Leroy catching the bullet in the teeth situation, because Glenn was protecting a DJ broad and he caught the bullet in his tooth. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Oh, he's such a martial artist. He caught the bullet in his tooth," but they didn't realize that the reason why he caught the bullet in his tooth because I had bust in on the dude who was finna do it, and I was finna, and I threw him off. I helped, a mom off the train, straight up. And That's how, and that's why I like it. That's really, really like how I became like a villain because they were like, you just, what I'm saying, just how you gonna just do that? So what he was doing to be? So what? Yeah, you can't do that, you can't do that. That's why I'm like, y'all be talking all this smack about what I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I took out some enemies of yours and mine, and if I hadn't took those enemies out, what would have happened to you? But, and however, thank you for being ignorant and foolish. And so we're going to find out what would have happened to you. Okay? Y'all do not play with God. Y'all know that. They should have told you I was a dick. Straight up, they should have told you I was a dick. But anyway, so that's that kind of like the beginning of the Simon Phoenix story and the John Spartan story at the same time. Because like I said, Glenn was his partner, and you know how it is, man. You partners, you partners. You know what I'm saying? You bad boys. You know what I'm saying? Mike Laurie and Mike Burnett. You know what I'm saying? And straight up for reals. And they was cool with each other and they had families and stuff. But see, when you jump in other people's business that you don't need to be jumping into, trying to play hero and stuff like that, things happen. So that's why it was so personal for Mr. Spartan. Yes, that's why it was so personal for Mr. Spartan because you can't jump in somebody's business and you don't know the whole story. And then because you jumped in the business, some stuff happened, right? Like your whole peoples went bye bye. I was so wrong for that. I just took out the whole Spartan family to dinner. Yep, took out the whole Spartan family. Cause dude, you even know what you fighting for? You fighting because this dude was a loser and he couldn't compete, and he did all this extra stuff trying to get what I'm saying, me to look like a real bad person for helping him. What kind of And okay, yeah, I beat him down because he was trying to take my image. Because I had to pick up a new image because some old other stuff happened, some other stuff happened, blah blah blah. The story gets deep. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's not my problem. That's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? I just had to do. I was a man about mine. That's all that was. I was a man about mine, and I had to switch my gears to change over for the situation and the circumstances that I had been placed in. Just like now, I had to change myself over to, you know, for the situation, circumstances in which I've been placed in. So now I'm just coming out to the entire everybody to say that, hey, this is who I am. This is stuff I've been through. This is why this is. This is why that is. These are where these stories come from. Blah blah blah. I need to keep that memory, so I had to put my stories in some stuff that you would exaggerate and play around with because you don't want it to be his story. God. But history is history. What happened in the past happened in the past, okay? And you can't change it, nobody can change it. It's just going to keep going. Okay, so do we continue to dwell on the past as if it's happening right now and forget about the future? Or do we prepare for the future as we deal with the right now? See, that's what I'm saying. Think about some stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody out here I'm a hero. I'm a hero is a hero. The true hero is the one who saves lives, who keeps lives from being in danger in the first place. Did any of this help you? This will save you if you was listening. You know what I'm saying? Playing hero the wrong way, picking up somebody else's fight that you only be picking up, and all the other stuff, it just not worth it. What do you stand for? This is what I stand for. Peace, love, loyalty, respect. But those of you who are too much in denial and you disrespectful and you rude and mean and all this other stuff, and you just cause nothing but negative effects no matter where you go. And that needs to be exposed for what it is. So you know what they can do, right? They can sit and spoon big on jutsu.